Let me check a little bit. I was in public yesterday. Now I look more yellow than usual. So after the Kabbalah prayer, a little more white. The public. After you're in public, you have to fix yourself all over. This is true for most people nowadays in New York City. There's a mechanism called Tikkun Hanefesh. It's called soul correction. So however people misperceive you, you know who you are, hopefully. But people think you're someone else. And so you have to correct yourself in case you also get confused. Because like if you're a natural born actor, you are whatever people think you are sometimes. So people could accuse you of scapegoating, and you'll be the scapegoat. Something like that. Okay. So, in that aspect, vegan diet is really important because most people's negativity, they eat meat. Everybody who messes with you, 100%, 108% of people that mess with you, they eat meat. They eat meat. So being a vegan allows me to get that energy completely out of me because I have nothing to do with meat. I have nothing to do with meat for 10 years. I became a vegan 1 year ago. So, let's get this energy off of me. That's why I do my Kabbalah prayer every day, just to try to get back to myself little by little every day. Like, most salespeople, like the good ones, I don't know if they exist anymore. The best salespeople, they don't want to do anything to do with people after their job. They don't want to do anything to do with other people, after work. I'm talking about the best salespeople. The best salesmen don't want to do anything to do with other humans after work. People don't understand that. It creates big problems. The scientists have just found out that Neanderthals were not stupid people. They were just like us. Yeah, that's what scientists have just found out. They just found out that Neanderthals were not stupid. They were just like you know, if you're in New York City, you know, the same people.
Today I'll be attending a reef-laying alongside a number of other elected officials, including Governor Hochul, Governor Sherrill, and the focus of that reef-laying is to honor the more than 3,000 New Yorkers who were killed in the horrific terror attacks on September 11th, and that's what I'm really looking to do at that event.
Do you have a thought about anything you might say forward in these steps to chat?
You know, if I was to speak to the king separately from that, I would probably encourage him to return to moving it back.
What is he talking about? This is a contentious diamond that was it's held in London as one of the crown jewels. There's a movement in India to have it returned, but I actually stressed the Indian Supreme Court a few years ago ruled that this was a gift. It wasn't stolen, it was given as a gift. So you can't, I mean, there's about 14 different people who claim ownership of this thing. So if we're going to give it back, who are we going to get back to? But it's a classic little lefty talking point by Van Damme. I noticed yesterday, though, it wasn't even the most controversial thing that Van Damme had to say, was it? He admitted that just 4 months in, less than 4 months, I think, into his tenure in New York, where he promised no free stuff, guess what? He's bankrupt. He said there's an emergency we need to
If anybody tries to interrupt the session in any way or form, you know what to do. In King Yahushua's name, Āmēn. That's from
successful people in New York and tell them to go elsewhere. Philippine billionaires. Harry Cole, also a billionaire. He will not submit his tax returns, but I believe he's very wealthy. He is the editor of the Sun. Harry, thanks for your
Big stories, the fair conversations. Stay informed and energized with the Brian Kilmeade Show.
I gotta get to my Kabbalah.
What it is, welcome to Planet Tires, where we bag up the BS and we spread nothing but the truth.
Just give me one more
Show.
thing.
Now, so this podcast, we're going to talk a lot about different things, a lot of things about what it is to be a full-time.
I'm gonna take medicine. A demon try to do something.
We need to get back to just being people again. You know, the bro code, wingmans, buddies, friendships. Let's just keep it real.
It is what it is.
Planet Tires on YouTube. Every weekend, it's the Sunday briefing. Senior White House correspondents Jackie Heinrich and Peter Ducey anchor from Washington, D.C. President Trump will not be signing a new law if it ever reaches his desk. Tackling all facets of the White House debate, including the President of the United States national and international moves.
The president says tough but fair parameters are being set.
As well as the key issues impacting the administration. Listen, follow, and hear it on your time at FoxNewsPodcasts.com. A Sunday briefing podcast.
It's not radical to say that a terrorist should be demonized and not be American.
Podcast 5 days a week at FoxNewsPodcasts.com.
So God just let me know that putting this on my right hand in a emergency situation, this means I'm at peace. This means more awareness, and it's always facing my way. I should practice. My stream work. Cool. Okay. Today's what? Thursday, the 3rd. Let me just check the date. What happens to me when there's a demon? 13. Yep. Okay.
These are the most impactful moments in American history. February 23rd, 1846.
There you
The
go.
people of Philadelphia gathered together to celebrate the birthday of the nation's first president.
It's not easy. So good to practice because it's my first
Years,
time.
the president's birth was celebrated by ringing the Liberty Bell.
I should hold it like this.
One of the bells rung on July 4th, 1776, to celebrate the signing of
Or,
the Declaration of Independence. Over the years, the bell was
Trying
to
to
signify
forget trying to be even stylish.
and revolution. These monumental moments left indelible marks on the bell, both figuratively and literally. But it was during this historic celebration that the
Shitty Haganaya Namaste. Namaste.
despite its fracture, the Liberty Bell became a symbol of American
Good morning, everyone.
proving you don't need a perfect bell to let freedom ring.
Shri Manakara Shanu Ya Namaha.
A radio show like no other. It's Brian Kilmeade. Nothing like camaraderie, and we had a goal from the very beginning 3 years ago. We said we want to
Namaste.
and land as much
Shri Manasu
And it's going to get quiet for a little while, and we're going to go do a lot of technical problem solving on Artemis 3, and then we're going to land on Artemis 4, and you will see the swell that will come back. I don't think we need to work every day to keep it going. We just know that the energy is there, and it will come back when it's time. We know these things as humans.
That's her sound. Let's go back.
We understand the
Sounds.
science, but when you go see it with your own
Like
eyes,
she's
it just puts proof behind it.
she is attributed to the sound of the bell, fucking demon.
So I had the privilege of speaking. He was they were going to the UN, but couldn't stop by Fox and Friends first. So I interviewed him at 5:30.
Demons always just want to kill you. That's a sign of a demon.
I know you watched it on TV.
Yeah, so they stop you from whatever you're doing. I call them fucking demons.
The best locker room you could ever walk into.
Shri Manabalaramaya Namaha.
Joined me this morning, and they talked about keeping the momentum going. And here's it. This is going to be key. SpaceX, and weigh in if you want, Eric, but SpaceX and Blue Origin are in a race to get the lander. So the way the ship, they like the way it's progressing. They're going to do some, what do they call it?
Shri Alavamana Buddhataya Namaha. Help me Buddha Buddhata.
Tuesday on the ship.
That's Buddhata sound. I'm actually closely related to Buddhata, and here's the reason why. Shri Alavamana Yutishitviraya Namaha. That's because Buddhata was Yutishitviran.
Yeah, but I mean, they're going to go buy it. But isn't it this about the maneuvering? And don't we not have the lander yet? Doesn't that concern you? Shouldn't that be NASA be concerned that Blue Origin and SpaceX, neither one of them has it?
Not yet, I don't think. There's still plenty of time to develop it, and they have been working on it for a couple of years. I think that SpaceX and Blue Origin are about the same along in their progress.
So if they do this, they got to keep momentum, they got to get money, they got to focus, and they already have the unit kicked out. And then I think before 28, they want to land.
Thank you, everyone.
You follow this stuff.
Shri Ganuishaya Namaha. Shakha. Shalom. Shri Parashuramaya Namaha. Shri Prabhupadaya Namaha. Shri Advaitangacharya Namaha. Shri Arjunaya Namaha. Shri Hanumate Namaha. Shri Garudoya Namaha. Shri Narasimhaya Namaha. Shri Balavamanasim. Shri Balavamana Garudoya Namaha. Shri Balavamanasimhaya Namaha.
Then I watched the space shuttle. Then we got a pause. Now we're back in action.
Shri Balavamana Duryotanaya Namaha. Shri Balavamana Yamarajaya Namaha. Shri Matasyaya Namaha. Shri Gulmaya Namaha. Shri Balavamana Varahaya Namaha. Shri Balavamana Kukukura. Shri Balavamana Kukukuraya Namaha. Shri Naraya Namaha. Namaste. Hare Krishna Manantaram. Prabhupada Manantaram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Manantara Puturam. Ganandu Iva Manantaram, Arjuna Kariki Manantaram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Duryodhana, Hare Ijishitiram. Hakarhaba Hado Hayu, Hakarhaba Hado Hayu, Hakarhaba Hado Hayu, Hakarhaba Hado Hayu. Shri Arjuna Karikine Namaha. Shri Anandvivaya Namaha. Shri Hare Krishna Manantara Putraya Namaha. Shri Anandvivaya. Shri Anandviva Manantaraya Namaha. Shri Arjuna Kariki Manantaraya Namaha. Too hot, the frequency is too high. But believes she deserved punishment and would accept her sentence. Bradford called 911 June 25th, 2024, and reported that she had shot her father as he returned home from work to Hawaii. She waited for police outside the home. Bradford admitted she began planning to kill her father weeks in advance, practicing and getting help loading it at a gun range. At first, Bradford alleged her father was abusive, but withdrew those claims. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Duryodhana, Hare Ijishitiram. 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 Shri Chaturbalavamana Varahaya Namaha. Shri Chaturbalavamana Kukukuraya Namaha. No, check out. No, hold on. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Balavamana Jagannathaya Namaha. Shri Naraya Namaha. Shri Meow. Messed up at the end. Shri Balavamana Narayanuya Namaha. Namaste. Thank you everyone. Half an hour, 35 minutes late. Let's fix myself from last night.
Everyone, this is Angel Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52nd episode of podcast series.
No, okay. No, 저는
Portrays Jesus. Stacy Keach, Sean Astin, Michael York, and Kristen Bell provide the voices for some of Jesus' notable followers. A listening experience that will provide hope.
언어, 백호학, 예두락, 예민의카, 따뜻, 제루락.
It's short to spread the word.
Listen and follow them now at Fox News Podcasts, Star Now, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
까벨, 리나, 아메카, 사그베누, 따하레누, 노라. 나, 기볼, 도르쉐이, 유후데카, 깨바밭, 조무람. 나, 기볼, 도르쉐이, 유후데카, 깨바밭, 조무람. Arulkem, Saharem, Rakhame, Jidikateka, Dami, Omalem. Sin Gatosh, Berov, Dubeka, Nahel, Adateka. Sin Gatosh, Berov, Dubeka, Nahel, Adateka. 나, 시작해. 나, 저는
That's Greg Alcott. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News. Every weekend, it's the Sunday briefing. Senior White House correspondents Jackie Heinrich and Peter Ducey anchor from Washington, D.C. President Trump will not be signing a new law if it ever reaches his desk, tackling all facets of the White House beat, including the President of the United States national and international moves.
The president says tough but fair parameters are being set.
As well as the key issues impacting the administration. Listen every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern at foxnewsradio.com or on the Fox News app. Just click listen. You watch him on Fox and Friends and One Nation on Fox News Channel. You hear him live weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern and on demand via podcast. Now see his radio show days on the Fox News YouTube channel at 1 p.m. Eastern.
to the shield first before the others. 나 시작해. 나 샬롬. 이알.
So glad you're there. Brian Kilby Show coming away from 38.6 in Midtown Manhattan, around the country, around the world. Yesterday, the King and Queen were here, and our mayor was not happy. I know. He just never run a business in his life. He was rich people. He promises free buses when we have
Tikkun Hanefesh.
subsidized supermarkets, and then he declares yesterday that we're out of money. He needs an emergency infusion fund. That's what you get while fighting back against fraud and ICE. It's a little bit stay here so we can pay for everything they don't deserve. Josh Crashour at the bottom of the hour, we'll talk about that. Mark Easton is standing by. Gotta remind
No,
you,
check out.
YouTube
No,
channel,
shalom.
/@TheBrianKilby Show. You got great clips. Most of our guests are on stream now.
Better.
And then you got clips from throughout the day. But we'll be able to do here. Everybody's talking about it. Almost like Trump watches. Let's get to the big thing.
Number 3.
Everybody is clawing for every single seat. feeling between the two parties is as bitter as I've ever seen it. And the result is what you're seeing now is this headlong race to redistrict any place you can redistrict in order to advance yourself.
We're talking about a massive impactful decision from the Supreme Court, which prevents any state from using race to gerrymander their district. This could be a chain reaction event that could send a
Hokma.
districts to the right. Will it impact this midterm, though? We'll discuss.
Number 2. These images obtained by the Washington Post show the suspect hunched as he allegedly fired one blast from his shotgun. The uniformed Secret Service agent at the bottom left of your screen quickly pulls his weapon and begins to fire. The Secret Service says that agent fired 5 times. The suspect then stumbled and fell unharmed right at guest and Navy veteran Aaron Thielman's feet.
Yeah, why he fell, glad he fell, but we don't know why he fell. Unwinding and evaluating action of Secret Service during the White House Correspondents' Dinner's events. We're discussing it yesterday. The director was on Capitol.
They've come a long way. The question is whether or not they're going to go far enough. So at this moment, there will never be a deal unless they agree that there will be no nuclear weapons.
Back to war. Plans outlined in the public as Hanefesh continues to strip their secret hiding big weapons. And the market is happy, but the spring is happy because there are pushing But is war the next best thing? Is the ability for the Iranians to absorb economic pain just par for the course for a country's leadership who does not care about the suffering of its people? In fact, a lot of times it's the cause of the suffering all the time. Mark Thiessen joins us now. You know, he's a famous Washington Post columnist, former speechwriter, Fox News contributor. Mark, are we going back to war? Do you think it's just a matter of time?
Well, the ceasefire wasn't the end of the war, it was a pause to give the Iranians a chance to negotiate a deal. And so if they haven't negotiated a deal, and they haven't capitulated when it comes to their nuclear program and their ballistic missiles and their support for terror, we should go back to war and we should finish the job. Cooper was 14 days away from finishing all the military tasks that President Trump assigned. We've got about 80% of what we intended to hit. We need to hit 100% of it, and then the war can be over without an agreement. So I think we need to do it.
What is your take on the evaluation of the bombings that took place already? You know, now we had a chance to examine those satellite images. We have seen the bulldozers, a lot of the things that were buried in the ground. How successful was this? Do you think there's been an evaluation already of the bombing?
Well, I think if you talk to most military experts, they will tell you we've taken out 70 to 80% of their military capacity. But 20 to 30% gone. And we know after Operation Midnight Hammer, they immediately started rebuilding, and they will do the same thing unless we damage them more. The good news is President Trump had the ceasefire wasn't a mistake, even if we don't get an agreement, because it allowed us to do 2 things. One, it allowed us to steamship through the Strait of Hormuz to enforce the blockade. So now we will have military action plus blockade. So Operation Economic Freedom and Economic Theory. And this other thing it did is allowed us to rearm and reload. Jack Keane tells us that we have all the firepower now in the Persian Gulf that we had in the first. And also, the third thing is they've averted away and protected from the first barrage of attacks. Now it's exposed. So, I think we just have to realize that the regime has not moderated. The Donald in charge. The IRGC is completely in charge. And until we eliminate those leaders, and until we eliminate their capacity to fire at us, we can't call this successful.
I hear you. So the question is a few questions. Number one, are there any I do not need someone to say whatever you want, whatever you do. Ultimately, when I make a decision, get on board. J.D. Vance was asked that. And then the Atlantic story that said that he's concerned that we're running out of munitions. Cut to it.
Most of these reports I ignore. This one I actually read because it ascribed views to me and things that I had allegedly said that I'm just 100% certain that I have never said. And in particular, there's a lot in that story, Will, and you know how this game works, that is attributed to people who describe themselves as Vance advisors. You know, an advance advisor can be a staff member that I see every single day. It can also be a random person off the street that I talked to once at the White House Correspondents Association dinner. I feel confident about that nobody who actually knows what I think, nobody who's close to me was speaking to that reporter, because if they did, then it would have been a totally different story.
Because he said a staff or unnamed staffer says that he's concerned about us running out of munitions and for the direction of the war.
So first of all, we still got plenty of munitions. We've used a lot, and we're going to have to restock them. But we have plenty of munitions. And 2 more weeks of bombing is not going to decisively impact our munitions stockpiles in a way that outweighs the benefit. Look, this war can only end positively.
나 착한 나 천원
The Iranians capitulate at the negotiating table, or we finish the military task. Those are the only choices. Anything short of that is a stalemate, it's an imperfect victory, and so we need to do one of those 2 things. And quite frankly, we're going to have an easier time for us to capitulate after 2 more weeks of bombing. That'll give Trump a lot more leverage, because we can then say, okay, we destroy the Hard Island, or you give us what we want.
So the question is, on the oil they stopped him from turned around 44 ships. Mohammed Bandar Gabala, and he is the Speaker of the House, he mocked the U.S. pressure campaign. He says oil infrastructure has not collapsed despite predictions, criticized U.S. strategy as junk advice, blames U.S. actions for rising global oil prices. So the president says he talks to these guys almost every day. I don't know if this guy's one of them, but is that a satisfaction? You think they really believe it?
First of all, he is an evil dude, and second of all, he's not in charge. There are more evil people that are in charge. He was the guy that was put forward to negotiate with us, sort of a quote-unquote moderate. The moderate in the Iranian regime is almost like a moderate Nazi, right? They're all Nazis. And so none of them want to capitulate. He's putting on a brave face, but the reality is we can keep this blockade forever. You know, there's no time for this. And Trump is right that at some point they're going to run out of oil storage, and an oil well is not like your bathtub. If you shut it off, the water just stops, and you turn it on, and the water comes back on. If you shut off an oil well, then it does damage to the oil spill. They're facing permanent damage to the oil spill. But the problem is, right, they don't care about it. All they care about is survival. They don't think this is a regime that massacred 42,000 people in 2 days to remain in power. You think they care about oil wells? All they care about is surviving. And so, unless we can threaten their survival, and the blockade doesn't threaten their survival, then nothing can get them fixed.
Well, the one thing I would say is if you can't about a million soldiers, that's going to be a problem. Perhaps we would be have some kind of uprising. No one's getting paid off. There's lost about 2 million jobs since it started. Now, talking about inappropriate, here's the German chancellor talking to, I think, high school kids. By the way,
at the moment, I cannot see what strategic exit the Americans are not opting for, especially as the Iranians are obviously negotiating very skillfully, or rather very skillfully not negotiating and letting the Americans travel to Islamabad, only to leave again without any results. This entire nation is being humiliated by the Iranian state leadership, especially by these so-called revolutionary guards.
humiliated, being outmaneuvered. So if you thought that, you got the phone calls, you're being humiliated, and you'll have it out. And then, the story probably ends there, or maybe he says, I talked to the president, and I think he's being humiliated. Okay. But that does irreparable damage. The president's taking that extremely personal, and he should. I take
place to fly around. To get there is absolutely pathetic. So I think what this will do is going to end up being a forcing mechanism to do something that we should have done anyway, which is reassess our global footprint. And I think we need to do a reassessment of why do we have troops in Germany? The reason we have troops in Germany is that's where World War II ended, and then the Cold War began. In West Germany, we had a threat of a Soviet invasion across the Baltic Gap. Well, that's not the line of contact anymore. The line of contact is the border of Poland. So why do we have troops in Germany other than some costs? Well, let's move them. Let's move them to Poland. Let's move them to the Baltic states. Let's move them to Finland. Let's move them where the actual line of contact is. And let's reward the countries like Romania, like Croatia, like Greece, like Poland, like Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania that have actually stood with us when we needed them.
And they are under threat by Russia. They are.
And they happen to be one, the most loyal allies, and two, the ones that are under threat by Russia. And we don't need to have bases in Germany anymore. Why do we need troops in Germany? Other than the sunk cost of the infrastructure, right? So we have medical facilities and things like that. We can move those, and I bet you Poland would be happy to build new hospitals.
They said it.
Would say thank you. Come.
In fact, Poland said we will name the base after Trump, which was that's the key. So I want you to hear Ro Khanna yesterday. His heart goes out to those who support Donald Trump.
I'm sad for them because you betrayed them. You betrayed a lot of that MAGA base. And you know who knows that? J.D. Vance knows that.
So do you really think his heart goes out to Trump supporters?
I don't think his heart goes out to Trump supporters, but I also Trump has betrayed the MAGA base because if you look at every poll, all of the MAGA base supports 90% of the MAGA base supports what he's doing in Iran. And if you look at every poll, the MAGA base is not isolationist. They are hardline when it comes to defending Taiwan. They are hardline when it comes to pushing back on Russia. They are hard. They support what he did in Venezuela. MAGA Republicans are not isolationists. It's just like a myth. This myth of a MAGA fracture with Trump is just insane. It doesn't exist.
Well, they lost a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, I know. That is a shame. But he's got you, Brian. Brian, he doesn't need that guy.
This is a podcast and a radio show.
I know it is.
Mark, let's talk politics for a second. Put in perspective what the Supreme Court did yesterday with the redistricting, deciding that it was unconstitutional to set up a district
A piece of the root cause of all things. Tiny little kid. If you're a little kid, you shouldn't own a car. I don't care how old you are. If you're a little kid, you shouldn't own a car. I don't care how old you are. No, 착해. No, 저는 여기 le ame cap bene zukrei kedushate cap. Shabatenu kabel ushima jaakatenu yode akta lumut. Writing the Hare Krishna mantra. Today is also writing session at 2:15. So in the writing session, I show how I write for this. I'm just. to those today.
Thanks so much. Appreciate your time and thanks for your testimony.
Take care.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. It's Will Payne Country. Watch it live at noon Eastern Monday through Thursday at FoxNews.com or subscribe on YouTube at Will Payne. And don't miss the show. Listen and follow the podcast 5 days a week at FoxNewsPodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts. Every weekend, it's the Sunday briefing. Senior White House correspondents Jackie Henrik and Peter Doocy anchor from Washington, D.C. President Trump will not be signing new law and rights. Tackling all facets of the White House beat, including the President of the United States national and international moves,
The president says tough but fair parameters are being set.
as well as the key issues impacting the administration. Listen, follow, and hear it on your time at FoxNewsPodcasts.com. The Sunday Briefing Podcast.
This is Fox News Talk.
Headline Rewind. 1995. Mike Tyson.
In the last 3 years, I've had the chance to reflect on my life, reflect on my mind, and I will continue my journey to make myself a better person. Very frustrated for firefighters and engineers, but we're reaching and touching people that we just can't get to.
The bombing in Oklahoma City was an attack on innocent children and defenseless citizens. It was an act of cowardice, and it was evil. I did not, nor to my knowledge, did anyone else in the White House destroy, mishandle, or misappropriate any document in Vincent Forster's office. The White House is contained because we're passive investors in the right way. Facts, rumors, that's the truth. We must equip.
News as it happened then, news as it happens now.
This is Fox News Talk.
These are the most impactful moments in American history. The 19th century marked a period of rapid industrial advancements in the country. Communication, on the other hand, was still moving at a snail's pace. The telegraph was still a new developing technology. It enriched Americans applied feasible means of sending a message. Trains, ships, even the express. In 1850,
I'll read it first and then I'll show. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the writing is in the correct order and everything. It's an authentic writing of the Hare Krishna mantra. Yeah, 100% period. There's only one way to write it. And this is it. Chanting for 1 second. Taking medicine before. I'm gonna also dim the lights so I don't need too much light.
If you have geographic atrophy or genetic, subtle changes in vision could lead to progressive vision loss. Isaac is proven to slow gene progression and can help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Isaac or vasopressor vagal is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Isaac can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of AMD. Isaac plus
Very good.
Every hour of every day, Fox News Radio is there with the latest breaking news and information you rely on. This is the Fox News.
Namaste. 8 rounds. That's 1 set for me. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Ejidin. 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 Shri Ashita Bala Bamana Kukura Yat Namaha. No, success. No, so long. Grazie. Shri Ashita Bala Bamana Kukura Yat Namaha. No, she can't. No, someone. Shri Ashita Bala Bamana Kukura Yat Namaha. No, she can't. No, Shalom. 잠깐만요. Shuri Arshitoba Lava Manakukura Ya Namaha. No, Chika. No, Shalom. 잠깐만요. Shuri Ashitaba Lava Manakukura Ya Namaha. No, Shaka. No, Shalom. Shuri Ashitama Lava Manakukura. Shuri Ashitama Lava Manakukura Ya Namaha. No, Shaka. No, Shalom. I got it. Okay. 2 more rounds. Magic went out. Chanting without magic for 2 rounds. Thank you, everyone. Namaste. Okay, 2 rounds with no magic attributes. Shri Ashitava Lava Manakukura Ya Namaha. No, Chika, no, Shalom. I got it. Final round. Shri Ashitava Lava Manakukura Ya Namaha. Shri Ashitava Lava Manakukura Ya Namaha. I am 8 baby puppies. No. I got interrupted. Another demon. Okay. I am 8 mini puppies. I am 8 little puppies. That's what it literally means. I am 8 little puppies. That's what it means. No, Shaka, no, Shalom. Shri Manarayanaya Namaha. Okay, I'm done for now. To chant 4 more sets, and then I have to whisper 3 sets. Total of 66 rounds. Takes me now about 2 hours, 2.5 hours max. 2 hours to 20, which is not bad. 6 days a week I do this, or else the whole world goes down. It is what it is. Have a good day. God bless you. No, shalom.